Hello all. This might be quite long. I'm posting this from my friend's place, where I'll be for a few days at least before going to a hotel for a while. Unfortunately, I discovered that this sub exists after having something done to me that I never thought in a million years would ever happen. My wife of 3 years has been having an affair for a year with a colleague of hers. I know him personally. I found out through her Gmail account on her laptop, which was left logged in. I had zero intention of checking her email. I just saw it there and the text caught my eye. After this, I checked her phone and confirmed everything. I'm not going to lie, this kind of blindsided me. We have, or I guess, had a good relationship. We were regularly intimate. Never really got angry at each other. We met in college and dated for almost 2 years before getting married. We were thinking of having kids in a year or two now that I have a good paying job and have been progressing in my career. I actually wasn't suspicious at all. She's intelligent and clearly did well to cover her tracks. She never came home late at night or acted distant, cold with me, or not been intimate with me. Not once did she tell me she was feeling unsatisfied or unhappy in our relationship. I had no idea anything was wrong at all, or I would have tried to fix it. Through her texts, emails, I saw that they usually got together during their lunch breaks, or they leave work early and go to a hotel. Motel. The other guy isn't married, but he does have a long-term girlfriend. Haven't told her yet, haven't spoken to the other guy either. I took the day off work yesterday, left a note on the table for my wife, and I left for my friend's place. I told him everything. Sure enough, when she got home, she called, texted several times. I didn't answer at first, but I did eventually, and she immediately started crying hysterically and pleading me for forgiveness, saying it was a stupid mistake and she will do anything to reconcile. We talked for a while, but I didn't really say anything of substance, and I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do. I'm not going to lie, I love her, but I can't stand betrayal of any kind, and this is up there. The thing is, when I was 18, I fell into a very dark depression and it was the hardest thing in the world to pull myself out of. Took me 3 years. The only thing that helped was exercise, boxing. And now I feel myself slipping back in that hole. And as much as I love her, I also feel an intense hatred for her and the other guy. I'm debating confronting the other guy and badly hurting him, but my friend has insisted that I don't. I know my emotions are controlling me right now, which is why I wanted to be away from my wife and our apartment for a while so I can allow logic to at least get a foothold in my brain. I know if I see her crying I'll start to feel sympathy for her, which I don't want to. Right now, my logical part says to divorce her, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I have thought about if I'll ever trust her again, and I think the answer is no. Here's the thing, I consider myself to be a fair person, and I always try to see both sides of the coin. I was looking around forums of infidelity, and I came across adultery. I thought it would be similar to this sub. Quickly found out it was the opposite. However, I read through a few posts, hoping I could try and understand my wife's reasoning. Most of the posts were about the thrill of something new, the sexual satisfaction, trying to escape the unhappiness in their marriage, etc. The thing is, I'm not just saying this. I can't see how we had any of those problems. My wife was always intelligent and mature, which is why no matter how hard I try, I can't understand this. She repeatedly told me over the phone that it meant nothing and she regrets it more than anything. But then, why do it? I asked her why and she just kept saying she doesn't know and it was a lapse in judgment, etc. A year-long lapse in judgment. I'm questioning everything now, wondering if I've wasted years for nothing, wondering if I'll ever trust another woman again. At the moment, I can't see myself ever being in a relationship again. I'm not naive enough to think people are infallible. But what's the point of committing yourself to someone if you're just going to find someone else? Anyway, that's it. I had to let all this out somewhere, even online. Not sure yet what my next step is, but at the moment, I can't see the marriage lasting. Her mother, whom I really like, has called me thrice but I haven't answered. I haven't told anyone about it except my close friend that I'm staying with. I do have screenshots of the emails, texts between them as proof in case I need it. Short version, wife had a year-long affair. I found out through email, texts, left a letter for her telling her everything, then left to stay with a friend. I haven't seen her yet. She is hysterical and pleading me to stay together and fix things. It's still too early for me to make a rational choice. I guess I'm just looking for input, advice from older, experienced people.
I broke my marriage. Need advice on how to fix the damage, or is it completely destroyed? Might be long post. I am a wreck right now and don't know what to do. Me and my husband married young and were each other's first. We have been married for nearly 18 years. We have 2 children, 19 female, 18 male, and both of them have moved out and are living their life. Due to COVID, I lost my job in February and got a new one in August. During this time, my husband had to do more work so that his job must be secured. So he was more distant due to his job. In my new job, I developed a crush on one of the young guy, 25 male, and started feeling excited. Nothing was wrong in our marriage and I still don't know why I had those feelings for that guy. I might be insecure in myself. I started arguing with my husband for no reason and blamed him for everything wrong. At that time, I thought of everything possible to be upset with my husband. As in our country, restrictions on COVID were removed in late August, so I started going out with my friends. I also started flirting with the young boy. In early September, I suggested open marriage to spice up our relationship. I told him that I wanted to have fun and suggested him to do the same. I told him that our 20 seconds and 30 seconds went by just looking upon kids and now we should enjoy ourselves. He was completely against it. He said that marriage is not a joke and is a special bond between two. At that time, I was having different mindset and told him how he had to change with new lifestyle and how old-fashioned he is. He was still against it, so I started manipulating him and threatened to divorce. He finally agreed to open our relationship. For first month, I hooked up with that guy and had several one-night stands. My husband also started dating but never slept with anyone. In October, I started realizing that most men never took care of my needs and pleasure. My husband was the only one who took care of my needs. The idea of sleeping with other men was short-lived and I stopped it. I started having sex with my husband again and felt great. We were still dating other people. He was dating his high school friend and also had several sexual encounters with her after a month of dating. I started feeling jealous because of him dating her and still sleeping with her. In mid-November, I suggested to once again close our marriage and be monogamous. He was adamant that he would not do it. We had lots of fight. We argued a lot but he didn't change his decision. He was still going over to her house and spending nights over there. This situation was like a torture to me. I had to spend night alone in our marital home, on our marital bed, knowing that he was with other women and was entertaining her. On the 28th of November, I tried to commit suicide because the emotional trauma was exceeding its limits. I was rushed to hospital by my husband and this led to change his decision. He now agreed to close our marriage again. I was a bit relieved. I thought we would recover pretty quickly from this phase of life. But hell, I was wrong. He still thought about her. He even bought her a gift for her birthday. He wanted to go to her house to give her the present. But I agreed to let him go to her house on the condition that I would be going with him. We arrived at her house. Her house was pretty big and looked really expensive. We arrived at the door and she opened the gate. She took the gift and gave a hug to my husband in front of me. I got pissed and wanted to leave. She invited us for drinks but I refused and we came back home. Last night, when we were having sex and he was just about to climax, he finished off while saying her name. I was pissed about it. I felt humiliated and was angry that he was thinking about her during sex also. He was also sorry for this but said that he is still confused regarding her. He ended up sleeping on couch. This morning, he said that he cannot live like this. He wanted some space from me and that he would be moving out for some days to clear his mind. I agreed to it because I had no other option. In afternoon, my friend sent me a pic of him at her house. She lives nearby and saw him at her door. I was devastated and called him. He answered and told me that we were on break so we could see other people. It's been 5 hours and I am a wreck right now. He is not able to forget her and it's ruining our relationship. I know that I already destroyed most of the marriage but now I am going to do anything to fix it. I have written everything on Basically so that you can give me some advice. I literally don't know what I am writing and seeking from writing here but I cannot share this with our children. I have realized how much he loved me unconditionally and I don't want to throw away our 20 years together. Any advice on how to make him change his decision?